Assalamu alaikum. Today I have the newspaper which is very important for competition point of view. So we will read. This is about especially political matter and especially Pakistan, which is happening across country, especially oppositions and their reactions with the government. So it's very important. Ruling party PTI and its oppositions PDM Pakistan Democratic Movement. So they have formed a platform to protest across the country against Mr. Khan and its policy system. So let's start. This is very important article. We will read this article in a language, in simple language. So we will explain it if I find very difficult words to explain it on language. So let us start. Feuding politicians. Feuding politicians. Feuding means something that's being a feudalism system, something that's being created as a feudal term with political temperature, soaring political temperature, that soaring means increase, and opposition parties all set to kick off their opposition parties and all set means to form to kick off means to start their public engagement campaign means to do start any movement in a few days. Pakistan political landscape appears to be sliding back towards confirmations and conflict. PML leader Nawaz Sharif has he has raised the ante by delivering three back-to-back speeches criticizing means censoring the security establishment for its involvement means something that's involvement means to be participated in political. Mr. Prime Minister Imran Khan has retaliated by accusing to blame Mr. Sharif of serving Indian interests by critiquing means something that's very bad situation, very critical situation. The military members of the government and oppositions have intensified mutual accusations. Government and oppositions, they have intensified mutual accusations, and the states may soon be witness and heated political hatred means the soar of temperature will increase activity in what is threatening means to give harm to be zero sum game. Nawaz Sharif has raised some important points. His reference to the establishment's direct and indirect involvement in politics for decades is nothing new. This is common knowledge and well documented. What's now the major political leaders saying to publicly emphatically Mr. Sharif may have his own reason for raising this matter at this stage, but the fact that is the establishment rules rule in political has weakened means to become we can say fractured Pakistan's democratic structure and made it harder for political parties to grow and mature. It was hoped that with Pakistan's weak democratic institutions would grow in strength and confidence. However, the dilution of political power gained from the electorate has made these parties even more dependent on the establishment. Mr. Sharif may have a personal angle in his anti-establishment positioning, but what he says must be given the weightage it deserves. The government is doing no service to democracy by responding to Sharif's critique with a cylinder means to surrender. By now our politicians should have learned from their mistake and realized that calling each other traitor means to do the very bad actor whom we call traitor and Indian agent damage the system credibility, undercuts the effectiveness of political dialogue and shrinks to decrease the space for viable working relationship inside and outside parliament. The PML and PP had restored to such a mud sling in the 1990 and learned the hard way in the end they were not loser the PTI Columbus to go to move up a steep learning a curve if it wants to transverse this distance. The opposition parties have a right to protest on the state as long as these rallies do not disturb law and order. However, Mr. Sharif really wants to show that he believes in the supremacy of the law. He must return to Pakistan and face the requirement of the law. He may have all the right things to say while sitting in London, but his words lose efficacy means power to pronounce. If he remains a fugitive, in the same way, when Prime Minister Imran Khan should ensure that his government does not restore to his handed tactics against the protesting opposition. Senior minds must be prevail. All concerned need to think beyond their personal, political, and interest and make sure the people is not put at stake means very bad situation at risk. The establishment too should setback means to change and maintain is distant from politics. So this is article of a special Dawn newspaper. So please do subscribe, comment, like, share. Thank you so much. Bye bye and check it out.